topic for today is oil and food. Now, that might sound like an esoteric subject, but for the folks of the same ilk as the ones in the National Association of Black and White Men Together, it hits home. And what's happening in the Middle East can seem very far away, at least until you stop for gas. Prices at the pump have jumped since Iran effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz at the start of the conflict, creating a gap in the energy supply chain that spans the world. It's a reminder that war has profound effects on all those who are connected to it, and we are all connected to it somehow. The longer the conflict in the Middle East continues, the greater the likelihood that people around the globe will pay more for food, and those in the most vulnerable countries will face hunger. The Persian Gulf is the dominant source of the world's fertilizers, especially those that deliver nitrogen to soils, a source of nourishment for crops that amount to half the world's food. Fertilizer is produced in the region and shipped everywhere. If the Strait of Hormuz remains strangled, prices for fertilizer will rise, and as a result, farmers may use less on their crops if they can get any at all. The world will get less food, and it will cost more. We saw this happen at the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, when the world received a lesson in geography of agriculture. Both countries provided the world with substantial quantities of wheat and other grains. Without them, bread shortages soon developed in West Africa and South Asia, amongst other places. The Middle East won't affect the harvesting of grain, but the effects of fertilizer shortage or more expensive fertilizer may even be more intense. The volumes are greater this time around, potentially than in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain supply more than a third of the world's urea, an important nitrogen fertilizer, and nearly a quarter of another ammonia. And they all use the Straits of Hormuz to export their products. Farmers in the Northern Hemisphere will soon need fertilizer to boost their spring crops. Where might they get it? China's the most obvious alternative. But last year, the Chinese government imposed restrictions on the export of fertilizer, in part to shield its farmers from just that sort of geopolitical chaos this war brought on. Prices are already climbing. Over the past week, the price of urea sold in Egypt, a market that economists track closely, climbed more than 35%. If the trend continues, governments across the global south could need to subsidize the cost of growing crops, and that could add to their debt burden. The long-term solution is not to be dependent on fertilizer that has to be trafficked through the Strait of Hormuz. We have become hooked on these imports. These hooks are everywhere. Once you start looking for them, war is hell on all of us. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like us and comment on our work on this platform and on others like Facebook. You can visit us at nabwmt.org or email us at nabwmt@nabwmt.org. Thank you.